Hello and welcome everyone. No, Tony's here to another night of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice, and we have a special guest with Tony Schiavone. How are we doing tonight, Juice, Tony, whoever you are?
Doing good. Here, Danny. I'm feeling pretty high def, pretty 4K. Let me adjust this. I got a new laptop, new camera, all new. So now you can catch me every Tuesday and Thursday night in 4K. This is just like when WWE went HD. They told you every week. I'll be here every week telling you the same thing going forward. Just good. Am I at the right angle? I think I'm good. I don't know. All right.
Thank you, Jay DeFalco. I needed to make sure that my lines were said correctly, but then Tony threw me off, man. So I was really happy that you helped me out with that.
He got his hands on the script. He knows the show.
For anyone who's new to the show, tonight is Thursday. We had to skip our Tuesday this week, so thanks for sticking with us. Usually on Tuesday we do a game night. On Thursday we talk about this week in wrestling and all whatever news happened in wrestling. Tonight we're doing both. So we're going to talk about one of the previous segments we did last Tuesday. So if you haven't checked it out, below is our link tree. Give that a check out. We predicted the SummerSlam top, I think at that point, like 15 matches around. We got a lot to talk about with that tonight. Oh, God. And then after that, we're going to talk about this week in wrestling. We're going to do our last point standing, do our SummerSlam predictions. So a lot to talk about tonight. So get ready for it. First, though, as always, I had to say, thank you to Accept the Wind for being the official band of the podcast. You see them before, after, and during the show. I'm sorry, you hear them before, after, and during the show. So thank you for being the official podcast of the band. And if you haven't subscribed, please, below. We have 3 out of 10. We'd like to get to 10 out of 10, so please give us a subscription. It is free for you if you have Amazon Prime. Helps us out a lot. Gives us nice little cameras to help Juice and see his beautiful face just that much better. Juice, what's the trivia for tonight?
Hey, I got to say, first off, I didn't know we brokered a deal with Accept the Wind where we were now the official podcast of the band.
Yeah.
I knew that they were the official band of the podcast, but I
Yep.
didn't know we worked it out both ways. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Breaking news here on the show. Thank you to Accept the Wind for making us the official podcast of your band.
I would be
all right.
disappointed if that we were not.
I should imagine them putting us
We're gonna
on during
fight.
like ad breaks for them, like in between songs. They just throw on like a whole segment for the fans to listen to. All right, I digress. So trivia. This upcoming weekend, as some of you know, is Super Slam, the showcase of the Immortals, as they say.
Wait.
And one of the matches this weekend is a TLC match.
I can't
Between
believe.
6 teams. This match is celebrating, unofficially, I guess, unless they've said it on TV, the 25th anniversary of the very first ever TLC match, which took place at SummerSlam 2000. Now, my question for you is, including that inaugural match and not including the match this weekend, how many TLC matches have there been at SummerSlam?
Ugh, I hate you. Well, I definitely know there was that singles one. Had to assume there was at least another tag team one. I'm going to say 3.
Okay, so what was the singles one you were thinking of?
Now I'm afraid to say it. Now I think I'm going to be wrong.
Well, your answer's already in. So
Hardy
say it.
versus
Okay.
Punk, wasn't that a TLC match?
Okay, and the tag one, you're just.
I don't know who. I'm just sure there was another tag one.
Okay. Well, Danny, you shouldn't have thrown the other tag one in there because the answer is 2. The only TLC matches that ever happened at SummerSlam were the original
Damn.
and Punk versus Jeff, and the one this Sunday will be the 3rd ever. So, yeah, there you go.
God damn it.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, last week, WWE started releasing 2 weeks ago, WWE started releasing their SummerSlam top 25 matches. So just like we did during WrestleMania, we decided to try to predict. At that point, we had about 15 matches left, so we tried to predict their definitely top 10 in order, but overall top 15, and we've been keeping track of it, and we're about to release the data, and it is wild some of the choices they made.
We did not do well. Now to preface this,
I will
for
argue
anyone,
that WWE did not do
well,
well.
yeah, but also we tried to do what we thought WWE was
No,
going to
for
do.
sure.
Now I know with WrestleMania, when we did WrestleMania, we actually did very well. I think we nailed the top 10 outside of
Mm-hmm.
one match. And even beyond that, we did pretty good. So, not so much here, as you can see.
Yeah.
Now, let me try and decipher some of this for you all. I know there's a sea of red, but I want to explain it a little bit.
Red means
So,
wrong.
well, yes, but the ones that are numbered 15 up, that is the list that WWE went with. That's what they went with. Now,
Gotcha.
just for anyone confused, the first parentheses after all these matches is the year that it took place. If they have a second parentheses after them, that is where we had the match on our
Gotcha.
list. If it says not rated, that means we had it in the number 11 to 15 spot where we didn't rank those. We just kind of had them in the rest of the field. So they're technically right because they were somewhere on our list. They just didn't go where we thought they'd go.
Yeah.
So hopefully that it kind of deciphers it for anybody joining us watching right now. Um, and I guess we'll start with the ones at the very, very bottom. So those bottom three rows, those are all matches that we had in our top 10, and they didn't even make the top 25 list.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Um, so that includes Trish versus Charlotte from 2019, Roman versus Jay, I believe that was Tribal Rules, Tribal Combat, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Balor versus Rollins for the first ever Universal Champ. The Boiler Room Brawl from Taker and Mankind, 96. And then Taker versus Austin in 98 at MSG. Um, yeah, listen, I mean, we put the Trish Charlotte one on there just because we thought a women's match would make the list.
Yeah, I
But,
can't believe a
like,
women's match didn't even make the top 15. That's wild too.
yeah, and I'm glad they didn't shoehorn one in there for what it's worth. But if they were going to do one, I thought it would be that. Um, and then tag wise, I mean, yeah, just TLC is the only tag match. So granted, SummerSlam's not known for its tag stuff, but either way, I personally, out of those five I just named, I legit can't believe Boiler Room Brawl did not make anywhere on this list. That's like, I mean, yeah, it's not an in-ring classic, but like it's WWE. It's a classic by their standards, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So that one blew my mind.
And
What do
like it's
you
the only
think
time
of
that
those
match has ever
five?
happened. It was a big blow off match. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Any of those five you feel strongly about too, or you kind of not
Honestly,
really?
the Boiler Room Brawl was the most shocking one, and then even Balor versus Rollins. I figured they'd want to put the first ever
Mhm.
Universal Championship match up there and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
apparently not.
Yeah. So those are some surprises. Now continue to work our way up. This next one, Nexus versus Team WWE. And we didn't really think it was gonna make it. I
Yeah,
don't
that
think we
was
just threw it
like
on there at
literally
the
one of the
very
last ones
end.
we put. I think
So I'm not surprised it didn't make it.
this
This
next
next one,
one though.
however, I I listen.
What are we doing?
I know I'm an Angle guy, and I love it. I was there live, so I'm biased. But like this was legit like one of the best opening SummerSlam matches of all time. It was a great match, and it didn't make the top 25 at all.
Yeah,
Wild,
it's so
wild.
strange, and also to put it, you're an Angle guy, but you're also not a Ray guy. So the fact that we put that on the list
Yeah.
as well, but like we understood that it was going to be a long shot to get all of the O2s like this high, but Angle versus Ray's got to be on this list somewhere. This arguably one of the greatest opening matches in SummerSlam history. How do you not have this in the list? It's crazy. They even had Kurt and Ray doing a rewatch on their YouTube page. That's insulting. That's what a bunch of dicks. That's crazy.
Jay? Is that new? Did they just like record that, or is it just a re-air? Because I'd love to watch. I'm gonna watch that if it's brand new. Read that, probably never seen it, but just to
Oh, I'm
know when
definitely
they
gonna
did
watch
it.
it. I've never seen that, but yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Now moving on, we're in their top 15.
Which,
Um,
when we first started, felt like it was my top 15. It was very nice.
yeah, you were off to a hot start because I'm pretty sure you had. If you didn't have these matches on your list, you at least mentioned them on the show, and I kind of shot them down.
No, I had these
Um,
next two for sure. I don't know if I had Punk versus Cena.
you brought it up though, or at
I
least
did.
chat did.
Yes,
'Cause
yes.
Yeah, 'cause we had a lot of like, and obviously we missed the boat there because I mean it's funny. We talked about Punk Cena, Danielson Cena, Punk and Lesnar, like all of those. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
were like, no. And clearly you can see that's where our big miss was. Like the 2011 to 2015 like years,
Mm-hmm.
we really just did not give that as much love as we thought they were going to give it.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, so that's our big miss overall, I think, if you break this down. Um, okay,
So yeah,
so yeah, so Roman, Brock, Joe, and Braun at number 15. I don't agree with it, but you had it on your list, and Rocket versus Triple H in the ladder match. I can see this being on here. I think it's too high. But
yeah,
what do you think of
yeah.
those two now
Rock
being where
versus
they
Triple
are?
H should definitely be lower, but like I said, I don't know why, and it wasn't like it was a classic, but it was really a good match, and I think it was because of the time it was in, where they were both like up and coming, they were both leading, like taking over their factions in a sense, and like the IC belt was kind of like a great passing of the torch back in like 98, 97, around that time. Um, so every time I think of SummerSlam, I honestly think of this match. So I thought it was going to be on this list for sure. Maybe not this high, top 25, but like I really, really thought it was going to be on this list. Roman, Brock, Joe, and Braun, I just had the good feeling because these are three of their four big names. Unfortunately, Joe, with AEW, so they're not going to really acknowledge him. But three of their four like big monsters at the time. A lot of people really liked the match, so like anytime they could put Brock and Roman on the list, I think they were going to. So like I had a gut feeling about that four way. And I agree though. I don't think it should be this high. I do agree it should be much lower on the list. Both of these, I would have put much lower on the list.
Yeah. And then next up, we have Punk versus Cena. We did talk about it 'cause I remember specifically saying that I didn't think it was going to make the list because I thought it was the weaker of the two
Yeah,
matches before the Money in the Bank. And also, Punk lost, or no, even if Punk retained, I forget. Either way, immediately after was the cash in
yeah,
bullshit they did. I think with Del Rio or Nash or both or whatever it was. They did something stupid.
yeah. Punk retained, and
It all
then Nash did the power bomb bullshit, and then Del
Del
Rio
Rio,
took
yeah.
advantage.
So, no thank you, but
And then
whatever. They
the
put it there
epic
'cause
feud
it's Punk
between
and
Kevin
Cena.
Nash and CM Punk took over the summer.
Yeah, we all remember that. All right, then after three swings and a miss, we finally had a win with number
Whew.
12. Lesnar versus Roman in 2022. This was the one with the tractor where he
Yes.
came in and lifted up the whole ring and Roman went flying out of it.
And I'll give you credit
Um,
for this one. I didn't like that. I didn't want it on the list. I thought it was a dumb match, but you pushed for it. Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, and it was exactly where we more or less had it. We put it
Mm-hmm.
in 11 to 15. It landed at 12. So that was like, so at this point, we're like 1 for 4. We're like, okay, not bad. We can bounce back. Not a great start, but whatever. Then at number 11, Danielson versus Cena in 2013. And again, I didn't put it on there because they did the same thing where Danielson retained, and then I think Orton cashed in. Like they did the same shit. So that's why I ignored those two. I was against them. Even with WWE being WWE, I don't know if they were counting the cash in with the match. They probably did in the end.
But
But
even if they like the matches weren't great though, like compared to some of these other matches, I don't think they were like great. Like Ray versus Kurt, way better than any of these matches they have. Like I don't know,
yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
annoying.
All right, now into the top 10. We
This is where
have
I came
this
back
one.
shine again.
This one was you, Taker versus Edge, Hell in a Cell in '08. Now, if I recall when we did this a few weeks ago, we were close to putting this one on. I think
Yes,
this was one of the last ones we were considering.
yes,
Not for top 10, but just like for the list. And we missed it. I mean, overall, we in the end we both did agree with this. Yeah, one
for
of us
sure.
got it more right or wrong, but I feel like we did much better this time around compared to Mania, where we like consulted and agreed or disagreed. And again, for anyone joining that wasn't here from the beginning, this is us reviewing WWE's top 15 SummerSlam matches of all time. We are just comparing to what we did a few weeks ago on a previous stream with their list. This is not our list right here you're seeing. If you see green, though, that was us, technically.
Whew.
But we just
Uh,
agreed.
Jay DeFalco said the YouTube video is new, so that would be good. And think if WWE puts on a good match on the top 25, I do kind of, because like some of their top 10s were legitimate good matches, but like I wasn't like the spots. I don't know. The spots were weird. I wasn't sure if they were doing the moments or the matches themselves because they get weird with this kind of crap. So I didn't know what they were going for.
You know, my favorite part is like they've never, with both lists, specified any criteria, any like what makes
Of
this
course
list
not.
this list. This could just be one social media intern like going, all right, have fun, everybody. Like,
right?
who knows how in depth this? Like, I don't think Hunter's sitting at the freaking table. Okay, which one number two? Like, they're not doing that. So whatever. All right.
Hunter has to
So
be
yeah, top
consulted.
Triple H. You think? No way. I don't
I
think
think
so.
I think you know.
Not this
No, you're
level.
right. No,
Something
not at
like
all.
this.
Not even
I don't
close.
think he
Not
cares.
even
If this was
close.
being shown on TV, maybe, but on socials, probably not.
Someone's gonna ask him though. He's gonna be like, "Of course, I knew that was gonna happen." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. All right. So Taker versus Edge. Oh wait, this is the Hell in a Cell. I was close to doing it with you, putting it on there, but ultimately we did not. Either way, that was our last miss for a while,
Yeah,
and we hit a good. We hit a good
I was gonna
stretch.
say the
But the
top 10
problem
wasn't
is,
bad for us.
yeah, overall, I guess not. I kind of think, yeah, because we didn't really nail the positions that well. Like, for example, our number two, three, and four are their number six, seven, eight. So we hit like the order perfect, but we were a little too high with the three.
Well, because they're crazy. Like what? It doesn't make sense.
Like I said, I'm gonna
That's
skip
the
number
only
nine
answer.
for a minute. I'm gonna skip number nine for a minute and just point that out that our number two, three, and four in order were their number six, seven, eight. So for 3 days there, we kind of had a what the hell are they doing? They're picking our best like here. So then we were all kind of thrown off at that point,
Yeah,
going, okay, what the hell else
yeah.
could be
Once
left?
number 6 came, I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do now.
So yeah, so HBK Razor from '95 at number nine. We did not rate it in our top 10. It was in our bottom next five, but I stood by you with your recommendation, and you were correct with it making the top 10 at least. So that was a win
Yeah,
on
I
that
mean,
part.
HBK versus Razor, and what's funny is that I feel like we said this about a bunch of matches where, like, it's the
The lesser of the
sequel
mania.
that wasn't
Yeah.
the better one, but it was still like for SummerSlam their great match, and I think that's where we kind of forgot because we were comparing it to the other match and not really thinking about it for SummerSlam in that sense. So I think some of them might have been rated higher if we kind of, you know, thought about it
Well,
in retrospect. But
speaking of
whatever.
sequels to WrestleMania, we have one this weekend, so we'll see how that goes.
Yes,
Hmm.
not
All
gonna
right.
like it.
Then from there, I mean, again, our two, three, and four, Rock and Brock, HBK
Ah.
Triple H, both from '02, TLC 2000, making 6, 7, 8. I mean, at least they're in the top 10, but
I
like,
just don't get how they rank them
yeah,
so low. Like these are these are.
yeah,
Ugh. I
yeah.
don't
I
even know
mean,
where to
well,
start. Where do you want to start?
let's start with this. I
You're right.
mean, the fact that you say that, but then like, okay, so Brett and Owen and Brett and Mr. Perfect. We did not have it in our top 10. We had it in
Yeah,
11 through 15, and
oh
we had Brett and Mr. Perfect at 6.
yeah, I pushed for that. I
So
told you.
yeah, so you pushed for both of those, but they're above the three that we had above it. So you being the one that has seen, I mean, I've seen Brett and Owen. I didn't see Brett versus Perfect, but having seen these and feeling the way you did about all five of these matches, do you think they got that right, or do you really disagree? Like, do you think
So
Brett and the two Brett matches should be lower than they are?
so
Like,
this is
should it be flipped?
this is why the Jay DeFalco comment before, and I'm just like I do kind of think they put stock into the matches because like Hart versus Perfect is a great match, and like I was telling you that it is considered one of the greatest. By the way, Danny, if you're gonna drink Coke, at least get the money and show the look. You're right, man. Sorry, I was showing you the helmet. There you go. So like Hart and Perfect, the only reason I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure of recency bias. I wasn't sure how that was going to be. So that one I don't mind them putting that higher because it is considered an all-time great. Same thing with Owen versus Hart, but Owen versus Hart, I still think Kurt versus Ray is better than Owen versus Brett. To be honest with you, I do think the TLC is better. I do think HBK versus Triple H is better. I think Brett and Owen was a great cage match and a great opener, but like some of these, like I don't know. The Brett and Owen one, that's the one that kind of got, I wasn't sure about as much. TLC, I think, was such a monumental moment. And, like, the first time they'd done something like that, that I'm very shocked that they had that at 6. I thought that would at least make the top
Yeah,
5.
honestly, me too. I think they all kind of surprised me. I think I'm most surprised by TLC and HBK Triple H. I thought those
Yeah.
were both going to be way higher.
And what's funny is Brock and Rock, we were debating if we should put higher. So that one I'm not even upset about. That one I think we got wrong. I think we should have put that
Well,
lower.
I think the main reason we bumped that up is because I think we ultimately, where is it? I
What
think
was
we
it?
wanted we didn't want to have Roman versus Jay so
Yeah,
high.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's right.
So we put Roman versus Jay where because I think we had Rock Brock around eight
Yeah.
or nine
Yep.
originally, but I digress. Another
So
thing I found
yeah,
interesting is that like outside of Brock versus Roman, like none of the top 15 is anything from the last like 10 years really.
yeah, and that's the
Well,
other thing I was gonna say.
besides
Like, I
Roman,
was worried about recency bias. I should have been thinking the exact opposite way.
yeah, yeah. Well, besides the Roman four way, but either way, my point stands. It's very early heavy, which is nice. Um,
And
but
correct in a sense. Like, we've been saying the kind of later SummerSlams have been kind of
yeah,
misses.
yeah,
So I agree
yeah.
with
No,
I
for
agree in
sure.
that sense.
Yeah. All right, so let's move into the top four now. Let's get to number four. This was our probably our first legit real, not really even a shock. I mean, we talked about it, but like Punk and Brock at four,
Yeah,
really?
that's crazy.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't really
mind.
recall. This wasn't a street fight, right? This was just a normal one-on-one. I don't remember. I don't think it was a stipulation in
No, I
this
don't
one.
think they were bloody or anything. I don't think there was anything extreme happening in that
Well,
match.
it wouldn't have been bloody, but in
Well,
2013.
yeah, yeah. I'm still like I don't think it was
Yeah,
any.
yeah,
I don't remember,
yeah.
Chad. If you could help us out with that one, or I'll look it up in a second. But I don't mind being wrong about this not being on the top 15. It is not a top five, top four
It's not. It's
match.
not.
Like
Yeah.
that's
No, for
crazy.
sure. It's
So
pretty
like
high.
that was the first shock where I was like, damn, like they screwed our list for sure. They saw it and just said, nah.
Yeah, I had no clue what was left. I assumed, I mean, spoiler alert, you will see it by now. We nailed number
Yeah,
one. But
yeah.
like
Number one, I had no question. Like I would have died on that hill.
from there, I was just like, what the hell else is going to be in this top three? So I was surprised then when you got Brett versus Perfect. I mean, we were three off. That was also very close.
Mm-hmm.
And then number two, like Cena versus AJ. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, it wasn't a bad match, but number two all time.
So
That's a, that's
the
that's a
way
big. I don't
you
know.
tell me how you feel about this take, or you just tell me how you feel about this question. Do you think Cena versus AJ or Cena versus Danielson was the better match?
I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen either of them since they happened, but if I had to pick one or the other, I'm probably going with Cena and Styles, only because that was within, I think, the first few months of Styles being in WWE.
So
And I think this was first time ever at this point.
I
Um,
100% agree with you. And I think that's
so
where we messed up, where we didn't think of what's currently happening with this Cena goodbye tour, and that they're going to want to give Cena something. So we should have
yeah,
kind of said, oh, Cena's best match, probably top 10. Not number two. I don't think number two, but we should have put Cena AJ top 10 because of the Cena
yeah,
retirement tour. Um, but yeah, number two, crazy. Also, Punk versus Lesnar, no DQ. Okay,
yeah.
should have put it in the top 15 if it was a no DQ. I kind of agree that that does like make the match a little better. But again, still not number 4.
You know, something that's interesting, I legit didn't even notice it
Like
until I
cage match
just looked at our.
TLC, the fucking what they call unsanctioned match. Like literally, you have 3 better stipulation matches right after number 4. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you
Well,
gonna say?
excuse me. No, I was gonna say something I legit just noticed. Didn't even catch it throughout the last few days or whatever doing this list. Brett is at number one, three, and five. Three matches in the top five.
I've said it before. Brett is Mr. SummerSlam. I'll give him credit. Like looking through the list and stuff
Yeah.
and seeing like some of the best matches of all time, SummerSlam was Brett's
Um,
baby. Like he was great.
I'm yeah. Well, I might have to go back and rewatch our Mr. SummerSlam episodes. I don't feel like you were that on the Brett fence
I
at that
know.
point.
I realized that like
Say-
when we were doing this, I was like, shit. Brett was legit. Like I don't know who our Mr. SummerSlam
Yeah.
was. Also, I'm a Brett hater notoriously because HBK. But like going through this list, I was like, fuck. Like I gotta give him credit, man. Like he probably could have had another match in there that like we just don't remember. But
Mhm. I feel
no,
like
he
we
was
might have
legit.
done at the time. We might have done Brock. We considered Edge. I think. I think we considered Rollins. I think we did consider Brett. I just don't think Brett won out between the three of us because I think that was when we had Matt on the show. But it's
We did
back
a
in the archive
tournament though for that,
somewhere.
right?
I don't think it was a tournament. I think we just each. I think we had like 4 or 5 like on the slideshow, and we kind of just. I think I might have
Oh
pitched like,
yeah, yeah,
records, and then
yeah,
we
yeah,
talked it
yeah,
out.
yeah. Oh, in that case, I definitely wouldn't have argued for Brett that hard.
Yeah. Well, either way, we can always look back on another day, or if you guys want to go back and look, go to our
Please.
link tree below. All of our videos are up on our YouTube page, and you can find the one. I'm pretty sure we would have called it Mr. SummerSlam, or
And
Who is Mr.
legitimately,
SummerSlam?
it's either last year's SummerSlam episode or the one before. It can only be one of two.
I think it was 2 years ago. 'Cause I'm pretty sure we had Matt on for
So
it
it was our
still.
first. I think Matt was on
Because
last year, was he not?
not anymore at this point.
Ugh, Matt, you
Um,
son of a
yeah,
bitch.
yeah. He left last year, I think, around Forbidden Door because the kid. Um,
Ugh,
but yeah, no, the first year I think we did Mister. Then I think last year we might have done you and me just misses. But either way,
that's fair.
um, last up the number one match as we
What's up,
predicted.
Matt?
Brett versus Bulldog '92. The number one match as voted on by us and by whoever made this list on
The,
WWE socials.
and there's no
Yeah.
way it can't be. Like, it is the greatest match in SummerSlam history. Like, everyone talks about it to this day. It's wild.
Now here's an argument. Might be a cop out thing. If this isn't in Wembley, is it still one? I say no.
Um, I don't know because the match
I don't.
itself was also great, but I don't think the crowd would have been as electric. Like the match was
Is
very
it though?
good.
I thought Bulldog was like all messed up for that match.
He
If I
was, but
recall.
Brett
Yeah,
like
he was all
Brett
like, yeah.
he was messed up, but he could still like he was just he wasn't like I don't know how to say it. I think it was like cocaine and shit. So I think he was just like really hyped up, but he wasn't like disoriented enough where he couldn't do the match. He was doing everything. Like some of the bumps he was taking, like every move he did with Brett, he didn't screw up any moves. It's not like Brett was like covering him and like overworking. Brett was taking hard bumps, like legit
Mhm.
slams, legit throws into the turnbuckle. So every like he's admitted that he was messed up during that. Brett just took his hand and literally just said, "I got this," and
Or-
fucking delivered the
Yeah,
greatest match in SummerSlam history.
yeah,
It's wild.
yeah. No, and I mean, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just arguing the fact that like if
I
I think if you granted in '92, maybe it was different times in WWE where like everything was a hit. But like I feel like if you took that match and either put it indoors or just not in
that's
Wembley
what I'm
or
saying.
in,
I don't know. I don't know if
I
it's
don't
not,
think it's gonna
I don't
hit
know,
the
but
same.
I also don't know if they do as well as like I don't know how I'm trying to say it. I don't know if they put as much effort into the match if it's not at Wembley. Like I feel like
Kind
Wembley
of,
made them
yeah, kind of goes with it.
take it up a notch.
Yeah,
So I do agree. If it wasn't Wembley, it probably wouldn't have been as good because I don't think they would have like
yeah,
tried to step up.
yeah. All
So
right.
yeah,
Well, folks, there you have it. Obviously, if they choose to do another one of these for Survivor Series, Royal Rumble,
Survivor
anything,
Series would be
um,
the worst.
look, those two would be really hard because then it's like, okay, are they only going to be ranking elimination
Right?
matches slash war games? Would it include Royal Rumbles or not? So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I'd like to think they're going to do another something eventually. I don't really know what other pay per view you have that would be worthy besides those two for now, but either way, it's content for us. It makes it fun.
I'm excited.
And yeah, stay tuned for the next one, I guess.
I
Halloween
do.
Havocs.
So I will say this now because I've said this in the past. I love Survivor old school Survivor Series with elimination matches on 5-on-5. If they don't
Yeah.
do something like that for Survivor Series, we are ranking like best 5-man teams ever or something. Like maybe do a tournament. I don't know what, but like I really want to do something very Survivor Series team oriented this year.
Yeah, no, we can. I'm pretty sure we did something rankings wise with that.
It might have
Um,
been like the top 5
yeah,
teams, but I don't know. We'll look back.
we did some. Yeah, we did something. Either way, we can do something again, like
Yeah.
different. But either way, all right, folks, that is that. We're going to take our first commercial break here, and when we come back, we're going to correct me if I'm wrong, Danny. We're going to dive into last point standing portion of the show. We're going to talk
Yes.
about AEW from the past week, and then we're going to end our show with some SummerSlam predictions, where we
Yes.
pick live and in the moment who we think's going to win all the matches.
It.
Five Guys back in my day, we called that a brotherhood event. Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, you gonna say
We'll be
something?
right back. Jesus Christ.
We'll be right back. Jesus Christ.
Stop
Boo.
it. Hello, welcome back, ladies and
Boo.
gentlemen.
Boo.
As we
We have
are about
ladies
to
here?
start. What happened?
Ladies. We have ladies here?
I hope
Hello.
so.
Ladies. What's good?
Huh. Oh, Juice fixing the hair, ladies.
And he's
Drop a
single.
DM. All right, let's get our
He's-
last point stand up. We'll be right back. The screen's going to go weird. Give me 1 second.
Don't go weird. I don't want to go weird.
It is weird now. And we should be back in 3, 2, 1. I think we're back now. Yay. All right. So, this is our last point standing where we go through usually WWE first and then we talk about AEW. But this week, since we have to talk about predictions for WWE, we're going to do that second. So, first, we're going to start with AEW. Let's start off with Mercedes Moné, Juicy Boy. What do we got?
Money. Get a right to pay the price. Yeah, so Mercedes Moné. Well, she had her two defenses over the weekend, or two title matches over the weekend, I should say. And we were talking on here last week about whether or not, just a heads up, Danny, I think the LPS screen is a little on the bigger side on the Twitch end.
The LPS.
Sorry, pause. Like it all looks big, like the number's not in frame. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
On my phone, it looks good.
Okay, never mind then. Just sharing what I
Sorry.
see on the web browser. But as long as it's good, never mind me. Sorry, folks. Either way, after Mercedes Moné had her title defenses over the weekend, she did not lose any of her belts. On the other end, she gained two more belts.
Yep.
So Mercedes Moné, the belt collector, now has 8 titles to her reign, and wanted to see what you thought about this because these are titles that are. She retained the Rev Pro title and she won 2 belts that are based out of Poland. So a lot of people aren't happy about it. I think everyone's getting kind of tired of it. I'm personally not. I think she deserves all of her flowers for as long as this can go. And I don't think she's losing the TBS title at least until October, November because they want her to break Jade's record.
Yeah.
So why not ride this train at least until then?
I agree. I
And
think it's doing fine for her. It's not really hurting anyone. I know some people are like, blah blah blah, creative control. She doesn't choose this. These companies want her to be the champion because they know they'll bring in some notoriety to their company and they're bringing some eyes to it. So like, it's a win-win for them. They're getting the belts on. She's clearly still going there and like fighting on their shows and stuff. So there's really no issue there. No, I like it too. I agree. I'm noticing something wrong with the bar. Just give me 1 second. I gotta go to the other screen. Sorry.
I see that too, yeah. Well, while you do that, either way, I'll just say, yeah, I was tempted to do it this past weekend. I wanted to look up and see like how many times she's really been back to these companies and defended it and now active, and she's been back to all of them more or less, but she hasn't really like she hasn't been there that often. Like, I don't think these aren't companies that you can have like feuds in. Like I don't know how often they're doing shows, but
There we go.
either way,
No,
overall, I'm
I
fine with
agree
it.
with you.
She deserves
Again,
this.
the only thing I don't like is that she's still counting around the Owen belt. I think.
Yeah,
Stop
and
it.
she's gonna. It looks like.
I know,
She
I'm
hasn't been
just
back on
saying, just
AEW
stop it.
TV yet, but after she won the new belts, she was still rocking it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Is what it
it's
is.
gonna
All
be
right.
what it's gonna be. Everyone needs. I mean, Okada's gonna have 3 belts now every time he comes out. So,
I know.
and it's funny. I thought about this. Like, we currently have 3 different belt collectors on AEW TV, and that's why it's just overkill. It's too much. Like, we don't need. Like, everyone's obsessed with it over the last few years, and it feels like it's a new thing, but it's not. Everyone lately is like belt collector. Everybody has to have 3
Yeah, I
or
don't know
4 or
why.
5 belts, and like
One
we have
belt's okay.
Dustin Okada, and not Sammy. Sammy only has the one, but you get my point. It's just too much. But
Mm-hmm.
speaking of Dustin, that is my next point. Coming up in about 15 minutes. By the way, thank you for joining us. We will be going over tonight past 8 o'clock, so we will be going into the live collision. We do appreciate you sticking with us. Beyond that, hanging with us. It means a lot. We usually try to avoid going up against live anything, but in this case, with the week that we had, just there was no options.
Yeah, sorry.
But going on tonight in about 15 minutes, we have Dustin Rhodes defending the TNT title against Kyle Fletcher in a street fight. Danny, is this the night? Does this have to be the night How will you feel if it's not the night for Kyle Fletcher to win it from Dustin?
I'm so torn because we were saying that the next time he fights Dustin, it has to be him winning it. But it also should be on a pay-per-view. But it's a street fight. You have an entire faction where Dustin technically has one ally.
Well,
I'm just saying technically, like, oh no, sorry, two allies. He's a trio champion. My apologies. Two allies. Yeah, on paper, we should be having a new champion tonight. Is it going to happen? I think so, but like I'm still very hesitant to say definitely. Like, it should happen. He should destroy him, and if he doesn't destroy, well, he's not going to destroy him because it's a street fight. He should beat him. He should have the upper hand with the Callis family. There's so many of them, but it's also wrestling, and something screws going to happen where Dustin's going to get some weird roll-up win and run away with. I don't know.
Well, first off, I also want to say for anybody watching with us, if you do choose the simulcast and you put on Collision while you're watching us,
finish the story.
Please, no spoilers for Collision while we're in here.
Yes, please no spoilers.
I won't be watching until later tonight myself, and Danny I know doesn't watch the night of usually. So by all means, enjoy if you're going to watch both, but just don't put in the chat anything that happens on Collision while we're here. He's got to finish the story. No, Tom, I disagree. As I said a few weeks ago, I have a bounty on Dustin's head. I said it weeks ago. Dustin Rhodes cannot leave Chicago with the TNT title. Thankfully, they're doing it on the last night in Chicago before they leave for this residency, and he has to win. Fletcher has to win.
I think
it has
so.
to be it. I didn't even need it on pay-per-view. I even said that. I was okay with them doing it immediately. So
you did.
They gave Dustin his win against Lee. They gave him a good defense. Hooray. Which, by the way, the match was solid. Very good match.
Yes. Yeah. No,
yeah,
and like you said, everything and with all the stipulations, it's Fletcher's to lose basically, but like I don't know what they're gonna do.
I'll probably be hot on here next week if Fletcher does not win.
I agree. You will not be the only one.
Wait, did he mention the story? I actually have no idea what's going on. No, he didn't mention.
You stupid! I hate you.
Yeah, he's trolling.
Next up. I kind of called this one, and then you also called this one. We both called different parts of this. I liked it.
Yeah, well, you pulled me back to Shark Boy, and I got off of it, so that's on you. Because I said Caster, and then you were like Shark Boy, or maybe I said
you said Shark
Caster.
Boy.
You said Caster, and I said Shark Boy, and then you were like, "Yeah, I like Shark Boy."
No, you said both of them because I didn't like Caster.
I wanted to switch.
Yeah, I didn't like Caster.
Either way,
you went with Shark Boy, and I was like, whatever. I think Caster's gonna make the save for Billy, which. Yeah. I got it reversed, but still along those lines.
I was going to say, either way, you made me flip. For those of you that
I made you flip. What the fuck is a Shark Boy? Ask Killer Tomato.
Okay, so, Killer Tomato.
I will pause on. I'm going to pause the clock so we can explain to Killer Tomato what Shark Boy is.
You didn't have to pause the clock, but so, Killer Tomato, there was a wrestler in TNA about 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
And his name was Shark Boy.
Yeah. Jesus.
And he would just come out and he had like a little I don't know if I think he had the shark fin on his head, but he also did this as his like taunt. And he would come out and he would just
he had a shark mask.
That was dressed up, had a mask on like a shark, and he would not pretend to be a shark, but he would be a wrestler in a mask and be called Shark Boy. And then somewhere along the way, I don't remember what year.
Also, he was very scrawny for Killer Tomato. You can think of him like as a cruiserweight in '97 WWF.
Somewhere along the way, though, and I think this kind of goes with that, he did get older, he did get bigger, and I don't know what brought this about. I don't remember the lore behind it, but
he got amnesia.
Somewhere along the way,
he got in an accident.
Thank you.
And got he went into a coma, and when he came out of the coma, you could go.
He was now Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he would just now have a vest, and he'd be like, give me a shell, yeah, like instead of hell yeah, shell yeah, and then he would do like this instead of like
instead of the middle finger. I forgot what he drank instead of. I think he drank Sharkwisers or some shit like that instead of.
Yeah, he basically became a parody of Austin.
It was very funny.
It was funny. It wasn't bad.
I enjoyed it.
You wouldn't be able to, yeah. Either way, So we were joking because last week was Shark Week. We were joking that they were going to have Shark Boy on TV to like synergy and promote. They didn't do it. They had Anthony Bowens fight Max Caster in his
Starting the clock
5 minute
again.
challenge. Anthony Bowens beat Max Caster, but the crowd was flipping on them. And it's funny. Like I know I said what I said a few weeks ago about like the double turn and doing it, but it's like once I was like in it and watching it, I don't want it. Like it kind of sucks that
I
like
told you though it was
they're
going to happen. I kind of did like
no,
it.
no, I know. Look, I understand, but like when you really break it down, like from the origin of the story, like
Oh,
Caster should still be the bad guy. Like
yes.
Owens didn't do anything wrong, but the
Yes.
crowd was just being the crowd and kind of hijacking it. So I'm gonna have faith in it. Let's see where it goes.
Well, I
Um,
also think
but
that aside from the cast stuff, unfortunately, I don't think the Bowens and we've been talking about it, the Bowens and the daddy ass stuff hasn't really been landing as a baby face. Like he's been getting some cheers, but like not definitely not what they wanted. And they've kind of been seeing that with like when you try to shove a baby face down our throats like that, where it's like a cornbread like all American type guy, it's really going to be hit or miss. You're taking a big chance and a gamble on that. This was a miss, so they're pivoting and they're doing the right thing by turning him heel. For whatever reason, they love Caster. Now, I agree with that. I don't know why they love Caster, but these chants or whatever, the crowd loves Caster, so go with it. I think it's a great idea.
so my only thing, I mean, I'll kind of push back on is I don't think by any means were they pushing him down our throats as a babyface or a new whatever, because like every match he was in, I mean, I almost want to say it was all by design, like they were doing like a sink or swim kind of thing, but like he lost every match like that counted. Like he wasn't winning against like anybody that mattered, and like when you do that, you don't give the crowd a reason to care. So I think if they went a different way and gave him like a story, a feud that wasn't Max Caster upon his return, we'd be telling a different story right now.
See,
But he had no momentum.
I
He had
agree
no
with that
heat. He had like
also. I do
over.
agree with that also, but when you start saying like every promo, I'm the pride of this, I'm a five tool player, I'm this, I'm that, it's you shoving down that I'm like the new big shot baby face, I'm the new like guy you have to look at instead of letting it happen a little more organically. So I think it's actually a combo of both. I think we're both right on that. Where it's like they kind of didn't let his baby face like the pride thing. I think would have been better, obviously because he's gay and that would have helped more with it. The five tool player shit, I don't think that really helped him. I think that actually hurt him a little bit. And then yeah, I think not giving him good wins. I don't think that was the right move either. I think you
Yeah.
had even if he loses like a title match, give him a title match. Let him get a number one contenders win into a title. Like let him do something a little meaningful instead of like being in the hunt but never winning the big one. I agree.
Yeah, he just needed something to really sink his teeth in. He was
Mm-hmm.
just being like an exhibition, like, all right, here's the Bowens match for Saturday night, and he never really got like a
To
chance. I think.
You know what I think really, and I think we said this at the beginning of this. I personally think where they missed the ball is that they didn't let Caster and Bowens have a real feud coming out of it. I think if they gave them a real feud, at least even if it didn't turn out the way it did, even if it still turned out this way, they would have let it happen and develop more organically. Maybe they would have given him a better shot at being a babyface. I think that's what they missed was the big blow off feud.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe this. I mean, that's probably what this is now, and they're gonna get there. So I mean, I like all of them. So let's just hope it works out for them all in the end. Whether
Agreed.
they reconnect or don't, we'll see what happens. But
Agreed.
now, moving on, the
Triangle of Madness, bro. They
thank you.
love their triangles at AEW, and I don't understand why.
This is an awful name.
It's so bad.
Sorry.
And
Like,
you know what makes it worse for me? When I think of madness, I think of like Mark Briscoe. I think of Jeff Hart. I think of some guys who are crazy or energetic, who are like, really loud or boisterous. I think of madness like Macho Man, Macho Madness. I think of that kind of shit. These three ladies are so quiet and so monotone, not in a bad way. I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but they are like the opposite of like what I envision madness as. Like they're not going to like jump out at you. Like madness is the wrong name and I don't even know where this came from.
see, it's funny. it's funny because your holdup is the exact opposite of mine. Um, I don't mind the madness part. I'm hung up on the triangle part. That
You
is
hate the
so
triangle.
lazy. Like, oh, there's three of you. Like, Death Triangle's gone, so we can give the triangle for you. Like, I don't know if I wrote it to you or other people. I sent it to somebody, but like, I came up with a better name within like minutes. Call them the Web of Madness.
Yes, you sent that to
Like,
me. I did
it's
enjoy that
Tekla.
better.
She's the toxic spider. She even cut the promo list on Dynamite talking about like welcome to my web and like
Hmm.
the web of madness. Like it means you draw them in, you manipulate, you mess with them, all coming from different angles. That works. Like Triangle of Madness is just lazy
So
and
bad.
lame. I really don't mind the madness part. That yeah, wrestling is lame to an extent. I can live with the madness part. The triangle part, come on, man.
Oh,
Like
I completely agree.
someone step in.
If you
Someone
gave it
step
a
in.
better first name, I probably wouldn't have cared about the madness. But just because triangle is such a lazy name that I can only focus on the bit, like the more important word, and
Uh,
madness also just for me doesn't fit. So like that's why I focus on, because triangle is just like stupid. All right, what's the other word? Madness. What the fuck are they madness for? Like what are they doing that's so mad? Like get at it.
I guarantee you they didn't come up with it. Either way,
No, those three
um,
definitely not. It was definitely like TK or someone.
somebody. Either way, all right. Before we move on, it's almost eight
That's all
o'clock.
we got on them. Wait, question for Rich.
Yeah, I just wanted to bitch
Just I
about the
know
name.
I know. Besides the name, are you still seeing what we were afraid of? Where Tekla is the main character and the other two are just like her cronies now, and they're not going to get as much of a shine.
Probably, but yeah, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I mean, listen, Julia is still young and needs reps, so I don't mind that. I like Sky a lot, so I want her to get more reps, but at least she's gonna be on TV more,
Yeah,
so I'll live with it.
just
Um,
curious.
Jay says, Jay says Triangle of Madness is a poor play on that movie Triangle of Sadness, which makes even less sense. I don't agree with that. I don't know if you've seen the movie, if anyone's seen the movie
I
here.
haven't.
No, no. I think it's just all right. No, we're moving on. Um, before we do move on to the next topic, I want to say before 8 o'clock hits, really quick. It's not on here. Speed question for you. As of today, Dakota Kai is a free agent. Does she wrestle tonight on Collision against Chris Statlander in the Open Challenge in action match?
Oh, I
Is
would
Dakota
love
Kai?
that so much. I don't think so.
I don't either, but a lot of people think she's going to be the one
I would love
fighting
it.
Statlander. But I think it's just going to be a squash match to
Me
give
too.
her. Yeah, doesn't mean Dakota won't show up eventually. I just don't really know if or when they do it. But her and Shayna are officially free agents, as well as all the other people that got fired that last round. So
You wonder if either one of those two, though, specifically, will get signed. Like they have a
I'm
big
gonna.
women's division
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they need them. If
My
they have room
guts,
for them.
my gut says no, especially to Shayna, because even when she was already fired, she's been down in the PC like helping
Yeah,
talent
that's
still.
fair.
So I don't think she's going anywhere. And yeah, my gut says no. But
All right.
either way, okay. Tag team title tournament. Let's break this down. We have more matches that happened since
They
last
actually
week.
announced the fucking tournament. That was nice.
They showed the full bracket on Collision last week. That was nice.
Crazy.
Thank you. The Bang Bang Gang of Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. They advanced over Big Bill and Brian Keith, who are pretty much ice cold now because
Mm-hmm.
Jericho's not around. So not surprising, but yeah. So Bang Bang Gang moves on. They will be fighting FTR, I believe, tonight
Yes.
to
I
determine who
still
goes to the
can't.
finals.
I still can't look at Juice Robinson and think he's. Nor I don't know, man. It just looks so weird. He just
Yeah,
looks
I
like a
don't know.
grown child. I don't know. It's
Doesn't bother me too much.
shouldn't
I
have
get it
shaved.
though. I get when someone loses their beard. It's like, who are you?
Oof.
Um, and then on the other side, we have the Young Bucks
Young Bucks.
defeating the Outrunners.
Very upset by that.
Moving on. Yeah, naturally. I told you last week in the bracket got announced that I don't think they should have even been in the tournament. The whole idea of them being like blackballed and being made fun of now by everybody should have like not put them in and made that the point that they missed out. But here they are now. They're in it. They won, which they shouldn't have, in my opinion. But I worry now that we're just on a collision course for another FTR Young Bucks match.
Yeah, which I really
But
don't want because they're both heels, so that also doesn't really work. Really, they should have lost. They should have continued this little downward
yeah,
spiral that they're on. They lost the EVP stuff. They lose the first round. It's not like they
yeah.
even mentioned it last night. It's not like they haven't done that in a tournament before. The first
Yeah,
tournament for the champs
giving them a win
does
right
nothing.
now kind of hurts the trajectory of where they're going or
Mm-hmm.
should be going. I did love the talent name. It's the social media name on the bar, like
Oh
the
yeah,
default. I thought that was hysterical. That was great. And they got the jobber entrance. They were already in the ring, so no music. Um, yeah, but so now the other match tonight is GOA versus Brodito, Bandito and Brody King.
I just
And I would assume Brodito are gonna win that,
yeah,
do at least a face versus a heel on that side.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't unless Brody and Bandito can also beat the Young Bucks, which would be awesome. I'd much rather FCR versus Brodito.
Me too.
Just feel
I can't believe we're talking about this team called Brodito right now.
Brodito, they're like we could put little beans and rice in them.
I just
Um,
what the fuck? Like when this bracket got announced last week, I legitimately thought I missed something. I was like, I know sometimes I tune out, but like I think I would have remembered if they fucking made this announcement.
no, that was the first time Brodito I think was even mentioned
So
as like a team
strange.
name.
So strange.
Um, but either way, I don't think this whole tournament should even be happening personally.
It's a waste of time.
And my little nitpick before we can move on is like I know we still have like 3 weeks left, but Forbidden Door's coming up, and after last year's Forbidden Door was excellent. I mean, we were there, so we're biased. But like, what are we doing? Who's going to be on from CMLL? Who's going to be on from New Japan? Like, let's start building. Don't
Yeah,
throw together half the card the week of with dream matches. Like, let's do something in this over the next few weeks now.
I know.
So,
Like
and
literally,
I get
it's
the
in 3 weeks, right? 4 weeks. Sorry, 4 weeks.
23rd, 24th, so it's coming up. I
Three
mean,
weeks.
before you know it, yeah. So I mean, whatever. It'll be a great show, but like, let's go as
Agreed.
always. Like, let's get
Also,
some.
and we'll get
Yeah,
into it. We can talk about it with MJF. I guess now Hurt Syndicate is turning face.
yeah. Well, we might as well go to the next one. Let's talk MJF. So MJF had the promo segment backstage with Shelton, where Shelton gave him back or threw on the floor his busted up watch,
Mm-hmm.
and that was fake.
From
And
Timu.
said to him as well, "You're out." So I don't think MVP can call an audible there and say he's still in, but so at this point
Well,
he's
Shelton
out.
also said that MVP was upset with him and like wasn't happy with him, and that's why he wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah, but still, like they did it like one at a time with the ups, and now they're gonna do one at a time with the downs. I'm wondering if MVP goes, "No, I'm still good with him." Does that mean he's still in? Like it has to be unanimous both ways, kind of deal.
Interesting.
But like if MJF beats Mark next week, like destroys him or whatever, then MVP may be like, okay.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
yeah, I was almost thinking like, will MJF like give his title opportunity to like Lashley to like stay in or some bullshit, but because I'm not really sure where they're going with all that, and that's fine. But
Yeah, you got to
yeah,
wonder if he doesn't, what was the whole point of doing this in the first place? Because the whole point of doing this in the first place was to help him get the title opportunity. They didn't. They didn't help him get the title opportunity. He got it on his own, right?
yeah,
They didn't
yeah, and
interfere
that's
on
what
his
I'm saying.
behalf.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like if he's just out now and they just move on from it, it all feels like a waste of time,
Such
which
a
is kind of
weird
what
move.
I said to start. But we shall see. Time to see.
Do you
Also,
think he
he's
beats
fighting.
Mark next week after what we saw last night?
I want to say no. I want to say Mark wins. Because yeah, I want to say Mark wins and adds a wrinkle. Because you want to keep like putting the pressure on to make MJF use the title shot.
Yeah,
Because Paige even said like you either need to use it or get wins.
yeah,
So if he gets the win, then the cash-in thing means nothing. Or the
exactly.
contract thing means nothing. So I think he needs to lose next week, to push him more to use it at Forbidden Door or somewhere.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm rooting for Mark.
Killer Shimano, not a spoiler. It's been there for the past few weeks. It's not Casa Bonita. It's the what is it in Chicago? What's it called?
Forget the name of it, but it's a
Yeah,
nice venue in Chicago.
it's just a venue
like
in Chicago.
100
They've been there for about
It's
two,
like
3 weeks now.
Yeah, it's like a 100-year-old venue too, so it's
And
pretty sweet.
Jade Falco saying MJF in 3 different storylines right now, which is true. We got
Yeah.
him in Briscoe, we got him in Hurt Syndicate, we got him in Hangman. So I like when they got, it's kind of like what they were doing with Seth. They had Seth in a bunch of different storylines on WWE before he got hurt. So interesting. All right.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Christian
I really want to talk
Cage.
about this one.
Now, I'll let you go first. The only thing I want to say is that I thought the whole segment was pretty odd. It was very long and very odd. But I'll let you go first, and then
No, I
I'll go.
100% agree. When they first introduced him out, I thought that was a weird way to bring him out. That's a weird way to his comeback after everything that happened and go find yourself. He just comes out, not even announced. Like, I don't even think they said Christian Cage is going to speak tonight or show for the first time. Like, I didn't really see any
I think
hype
they
about it.
did. Like, I think they did the day of online.
Oh,
They
okay.
did.
And then
Yeah.
he was really screwing up the promo, which is very unlike him. But I don't know if he was
Yeah.
rattled with the crowd. It didn't seem like the crowd was pretty boring too. Like, I don't think it was anything to do with the crowd. I think he just kept stumbling over his lines. I don't know what was up with him, but like, I do appreciate him saving it over and over and being like, "Stop it! I'm conducting business." So that at least made me laugh. But it was very, very unlike him to mess up so many times. So that took me out of it a little bit. And then them waiting till the end to kind of attack and still gain a concerto kind of also was weird to me. Like, if you're gonna have him get hurt anyway, I mean, it made sense that Edge wasn't on because of the whole thing with Stokely,
Saying
so at least
he
like
had him
that made
banned.
sense. But yeah, no, the whole promo seemed like, I understand what they were trying to accomplish, but it just didn't land for me the way it should have. And it also really puts into question how they're going to reunite these two and who they're going to face first. Are they going to face FTR first? Or they face the matriarchy first? Like, what's their first target? Because each of them has a different target that took them each out. So, like, I don't know how that's going to get into play. I am interested to see how they wrap it up, but right now it's kind of lazy. I don't know if there's a better way to say it.
I don't think it's lazy. And for the record,
Or
overall, I like the
overthought.
segment.
Sorry, overthought.
No, I think it'll get there. I think they're playing obviously this long-term game with both of them on opposite sides, and eventually they're going to realize they're the same person, like Christian said. So it'll get there. I have complete faith in that. I didn't even mind the post-match stuff with the concerto and all that. I thought that was fine. My only issue was it was a very long. There was a lot of like a lot in a promo for in the ring. And like you said, he was stumbling a lot. So I don't know if it was. I don't think it was nerves. I think it was just a lot of like stuff he was trying to remember and say and get
Yeah,
out right. And yeah, he was using the crowd to like pause and tell them like, "Leave me alone. I'm conducting business." Blah blah blah. So it worked. It wasn't a bad promo, but it felt very odd. Like he seemed flustered and uncomfortable. So
agreed.
who knows? Either way, that's all I wanted to say about that. If you had anything else you wanted to add,
No, I'm good.
cool. All right, next up we have going a little out of order, by the way, because if you watched last night, they also went a little out of order with
I was
what
gonna
most
say
people
the
thought.
the show was a little weirdly structured to me. I don't know. I don't know if that was just me, but like, I wouldn't have put the matches in the order they did.
So once you got the complete package of the ending of the show with MJF and Briscoe and Paige, it all made sense. So I was okay with it. Once you kind of got an idea of okay, this is why they did it, like they did it because they wanted the MJF thing at the end with Paige and Briscoe being out there rather than just Paige wins. It lets you do more because Paige coming out before his big title match to do that same segment wouldn't work.
No, I agree with that. To be honest with you, I think I would
So
have then led off with the world title match. You still could have given the Bucks the jobber entrance after a commercial break or something like that. So that doesn't really take away from that opening and what they did with them. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know. I think I just would have structured a little bit differently. It just was just strangely
yeah,
ordered, not like terrible to me. Just took me out of it a little bit.
yeah. That's fair. Um, but either way, after Mox versus Paige, which took place in the middle of the show, was the women's tag here, which was Tony
Yes.
Storm and Alex Windsor versus Athena and Billy Starks. Now, I was a little upset because they took the Windsor out of Alex Windsor's Titantron. They took it out of her video, but at least when she came out, she was saying it
That's
herself.
funny.
So I like it. I like the Windsor. Hope it catches on. Everyone says to it. Windsor! Yeah,
No,
you
it
know.
is fun.
Um,
I do enjoy it also, and I like
it's
her.
fun to
Like
say,
I've finally been
fun to
seeing
do.
her. Like I said, I haven't seen her before she got to AEW. I like her.
Mm.
She's very energetic. She's very like what's I don't know what the word is, but like she draws me in very easily.
Good. All right, well, that's good. I was going to ask you what you thought about this guy, so I'm glad you finally shared your thoughts on Alex Windsor. So,
He's the best.
oh wow. Okay, so yeah, I love the match. I thought it was really good. I love the story they're telling right now. The only thing that kind of sucks is, like I said, I think Athena shouldn't be the ROH Women's Champion anymore. They should have moved on from that. But we're in this world, we're in this reality. It's not going to change. But I think it just sets up another looked into a corner scenario like you had with Mercedes,
Yeah,
where you're doing
I
champ versus
agree.
champ. But they had a huge development where they had Athena pin Tony, I believe, pretty much clean during the tag match on
I
the
was
show.
surprised about that.
And I mean, my wrestling brain was like, okay, why wouldn't you just immediately cash in after you just pinned her and pin her again and win the belt right there? But they didn't even like tease it or tackle. I guess they don't want to be like a cash in show and do like the WWE thing, but if you're gonna do it, you have it, do it. You know what I mean? Like tease
Yeah,
it.
in a
Or just
sense.
pinned her and beat her. But either way, great match. I'm curious because I feel like we're not making it out of the summer with both Athena and MJF still holding these contracts. One of them's going to use it soon,
I think it's gonna be
and
Athena before MJF.
Athena would make more sense to use, but it could be MJF. It could be both of them. Right? Honestly, they
Just
can
because
both do it.
I'm like the next pay per view is Forbidden Door, so you're not doing it then.
You
So,
could.
I mean, you could do it after their match. Technically, yes, that's fair.
I mean, because it's AEW versus Ring of Honor in that instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you're
that's
doing like
fair. That's
Forbidden
fair.
Door, and also, we saw last year when we did it. Our main event for our show was Swerve versus Osprey, AEW versus AEW. You can absolutely do Page versus MJF, but
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Fuck.
it's not what it used to be for Forbidden Door because we basically got everybody that was like over there.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do then. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, I thought it was a good match, and I like what they're doing, but I think it's gonna have to come to a head, and someone's gonna lose that belt, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering when Mercedes is gonna show if she's gonna play a part. But all right, next up, our main event. Well, our quote unquote main event, our mid show main event, our last AEW segment. Forbidden Door will be the classic multi man madness matches. A lot of CMLL, maybe Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah, probably. I mean, I hope the Triangle of Madness is in there for the multi man madness matches. Um, you'd hope. Yeah. But yeah, Mox versus Page, taking
Oh
place
boy.
middle of the show. Everyone banned from ringside. Annie, Emily, you go first.
It
What do you think?
was it was okay. It was good. Not great. Um the bane from ringside, I mean, you knew they were gonna try to get
What?
involved, so I guess like very minimal involvement. I don't know. It just it because it was in the middle of the show that also like took me out of like you knew Paige was winning. You knew Paige was probably winning anyway, but like because it was in the middle of the show, I kind of was like, all right, so this is just a match right now. It's not the opener. Nothing big's gonna happen probably. Um, yeah, I it didn't give me like the this feud is over feeling, even though it should have, and I don't know.
All right. So I love the match. I think Paige and Mox did a wonderful job. Um, doing a match that wasn't really Texas Death or a street fight, but still using enough to like make it be kind of that
Yeah, that pile
the
driver
tables and
outside where
whatnot.
he
But
gashed his head was crazy.
yeah, but great match. I loved it. Um, they did the right thing, obviously, with Paige retaining, but I absolutely hated the ending. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if they're heels. If the point is everyone's banned from ringside, everyone needs to be banned from ringside, including Darby. So I'll be patient. I'll watch Collision. I'll watch Dynamite like a good little juice, and I'll see what the repercussions are. But if
Questions.
all the people that got involved in that match, if they didn't get like, kayfabe, if they don't get fined or suspended for getting involved in a match with that stipulation, what is the point in even doing that stipulation?
In
There
defense
has
of
to be
Darby,
follow back.
Darby was not at ringside. Darby should not get in
Still got
trouble.
yeah. Still, I disagree. I think everybody that was out there
Darby
involved
was
in
in
any
the
way
audience
could be.
attacking people in the audience. Maybe he get fined for putting audience members in danger, but Darby was not at ringside. The Death Riders were at ringside.
Yeah.
Something should happen to the Death Riders, especially Shafir. Like, she was literally at ringside. But
Yeah.
if
And I'm not
Darby
saying
doesn't
it
get
like
in
I'm
trouble, that
blind.
wouldn't
Like,
surprise me. Assuming someone gets in trouble, I don't know if they're gonna get in trouble.
at the bare minimum, the Death Riders should be suspended.
Agreed.
For a month. If
Agreed.
you're gonna do like, and I'm not like it was real. I know. Shut up. I'm
It's
saying like from story
real.
perspective. A lot of people hearing this going, he's that mad. Like they should be storyline wise suspended for a month.
I agree.
Or
Or
interfering in a
fined or
match
something.
that's-
Something should happen to them instead of like nothing.
Nah, suspension. They need to be suspended.
Fair. All right. Anything else for AEW before we move
Come off
on?
my TV. Man, no, I'm good. Let's do this. Are we good on time? Commercial break?
Yeah,
Or
we're
is
good on
that-
time. No need for a commercial break. Next up, we're going to take off the timer.
right.
We're going to take off the last point standing. Give me 1 second.
Take it
And
off.
we're going to
Take it
pull
all
up
off.
the SummerSlam predictions. Bam. How's that look on this screen? Yeah, that looks good. All right. So, we got SummerSlam predictions, as you can see to the left of us. We have 12 matches over 2 nights. That's not even one full pay-per-view for AEW, for the record. But we have 12 matches over 2 nights. Now, I will, again, just because I try to be a little unbiased, some of WWE has been good, depending on what show you watch, man, what segment you're watching. The SummerSlam card is a better card than they've been putting out recently. Why'd I put a 3 there? SummerSlam card is a better card than they've put out recently, but it still has a lot of hiccups and it still has its problems, so I'm not saying it's a great card. But it's better than what it's been. With that being said, instead of doing the last point standing for every WWE point...
Can I say something? Can I say something before you dive in? Sorry.
Yeah.
This is more of a general thing like you just did before we get into the actual matches. But I was looking over this card earlier today, and it does look like a more like focused, intended card. I know Mania was really suffering with a lot of things getting messed up and changed. This feels like it's. I mean, besides Seth, it feels like this is what they wanted to do.
Agreed.
That being said, though, I think, and for anyone that doesn't know, he has these in order of night 1, then night 2. I think night 1 looks terrible.
Yes, I think they could have
minus
dispersed some matches better.
minus Walter and Punk, which I think will deliver. I think night 1, which is everything you see on the screen right now, I think that's pretty rough.
Yes.
Night 2 looks much better.
I'll show night 2. Hold
like
on.
much
Here's
better.
night 2. Yeah. This is night 2.
Now, the thing that drives me nuts with looking at this is like, so on night 2, you have
I know what you're about to say. Yep.
a TLC match, a cage match, a no DQ, no count outlet match, and then you have a street fight. In one night, you have all 4 of those like big hardcore stipulation crazy matches. And then you go to night 1, and it's all like fucking tag matches and
now not one one stipulation match, and in case you don't know, the stipulation for that match is if Sammy wins, he just has to admit that Cross has been right this whole time. I'm sorry, if Cross wins, Sammy has to admit that he's been right this whole time, and if Sammy wins, Cross has to like leave him alone. That's the stipulation. So it's a singles match.
Yeah, but like just when you look at night 1 versus night 2, if you just like flipped a few of those, this would be way more of a balanced night 1, night 2 deal.
And my
I
other
think night
concern,
2 is going to be a much better show.
Not only is night 2 going to be a much better show, but night 2 has to be a longer show now, because you can't shorten these stipulation matches. A street fight, you got to give at least 20, especially in WWE, you got to give at least 20, 25 minutes to the street fight, to the TLC.
Oh. Are we doing times now? Okay,
Steel Cage, maybe you give the 15 minutes to, but like I'm just saying, like this is gonna turn into a 5-6 hour night on night 2, when night 1 might be like a 3-4 hour night because they're all just singles matches. Like I don't like the way they disperse it. I agree with you 100%. I think they disperse it very unfairly. Like if I bought tickets for SummerSlam night 1, I'd be pissed.
Selling them. Yeah.
All right,
Well, all
back
right.
up.
Let's dive into the actual matches,
Starting with night 1.
and we'll go one by one. We'll make our
I also want to say
predictions,
something. Because we didn't get to do WWE bullet points because we have to talk about SummerSlam, we didn't really get to talk about WWE Unreal. I just want to make sure we're talking about it more next week. I hate everything I've seen from WWE Unreal so far. There has been nothing good I've seen. It's all just been giving me too much or going too behind the scenes or being so obviously scripted behind the scenes that it's very I'm just very annoyed with everything I've seen so far. Just want to point that out because I saw CM Punk on here and it reminded me of the clip I just saw this morning or like an hour ago, sorry, where he was crying night 1 because he was about to WrestleMania, a main event WrestleMania. In my head, I'm like, it still wasn't the main event, but I digress. Sorry, I just had to rant.
Yeah, I'm not. No comment on my end on that.
Just had to rant. All right, so start off with the WWE Women's title match. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Before you put in your prediction, any questions you have, anything you've seen or heard that you want to clarify before you put in a prediction? And that'll go for all the other matches. That'll be the only time I ask.
Since Naomi won the title, has she even been on SmackDown or crossed any path whatsoever with Jade or Tiffy? Or is it
not with Tiffy? I think she crossed paths with Jade after she won briefly, but that's really it. And even Jade and Tiffy haven't really they've crossed paths. They've had some stuff, but it hasn't really I'm not really into the feud. It hasn't really given me anything to sink my teeth into personally.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel nothing when I look at that head to head.
They were wearing the same outfit this past week on. Nah, she's been pursuing with Kosh. That's funny. They were wearing the same outfit last week on SmackDown too, which threw me off. They were wearing a pink laced outfit. I'm like, can one of you be a heel or one of you at least dress a little different? It looked almost the same. It's just very confusing to me.
So what's your gut tell you?
I'll go first on this one.
You watching every week based on what you've seen. Do you think? And by the way, I saw somebody reference today. Tiffy is the longest reigning current champion in WWE. So do you think that ends at SummerSlam?
I kind of do. I think that they've been really focused on Cargill for a while now. That if you're going to pull the trigger, this is a good moment to pull the trigger. You've given Tiffany a pretty good reign. It's not like she's been a transitional champion. She's had good title defenses. She's had major feuds with Jax and with Charlotte. She had the match with Trish. So you can't argue that it's been a bad reign for Tiffy. I can see them. I want them to have Tiffany retain because I'm just still not a fan of Jade in the ring. But if you don't have Jade win here, I think you really hurt Jade. At that, then what do you do with her? Tag team? I don't know where you put her.
Probably not a tag team, but
yeah.
Bianca is apparently also is almost cleared to come back too. So I'm not sure if she's.
Is Bianca Raw or SmackDown though? Isn't she Raw? Wouldn't she be against Naomi? Oh no, she's SmackDown. Yeah, she technically she's SmackDown. I don't know if they'll put her back on SmackDown, but technically she is SmackDown. You are right.
Yeah, I do tend to side with you just because I think it's the longest reign. I think it's time they're going to make a flip here. So you could put me down for Jade as well, but obviously, if anything starts rumbling about maybe Bianca coming back and
who knows what happens on Friday night? That might change our opinion. As always, we are subject to change our opinions. We just have to do it before the card starts. And I think we agreed night 1 and night 2 we do separate. So as night 1 we can change Saturday and night 2 we can change Sunday, or are we trying to do both Saturday?
I'm pretty sure we didn't lock in one or the other, but
okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right,
I don't think we did that, but because I don't remember enough. But
next up, as of now, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll will be facing Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. But
yes,
I don't think Drew's back in the country yet, right?
I have late breaking news here, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Drew McIntyre is back in the States, and he will
Thank
be
God.
teaming
That's
up with
wild that
Logan Paul.
he wasn't almost back in the States.
He's back.
All right.
Logan got him back in. I mean, he blamed Jelly Roll
This
for
is
keeping
a
him
this is a
overseas.
celebrity match. Celebrities tend to win the
Yeah,
celebrity matches, especially when they're faces.
this is
I gotta go with Orton and Jelly Roll.
easy. Yeah, easy peasy. Good in for me too.
And the Orton roll, as I'm gonna call it. Again, this is my
No,
early pick.
RK.
RK
It's
roll.
RK.
Okay.
No, RKO.
What? RK Ol?
Yeah,
Like that?
it's R
Oh,
K, and then O.
I'll
Like roll, but
capitalize
with a
the O.
K. Yeah, there you go.
That
RKO.
looks like OK RK2. RKO the second. It looks like EC3.
That's on you. I stand by it. It's my name.
Okay, I'm gonna
All
put
right,
the
next
okay.
up, we have Walter versus Punk. I want to say the big one, but have you heard this rumor that apparently the Roman Tag's main eventing night one? You heard this?
I have heard this, and I can't believe that they'll do that to them. But hey, they gave CM Punk his main event at WrestleMania. He doesn't need a world title match as the main event at SummerSlam night one on a weak ass card. Who would do that? That's crazy. Fucking idiots.
Oh, well then. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone thinks like again, they're thinking like Seth cash in, fake out. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna say no,
I'm gonna
cash
say no
in,
too.
and I feel like I need to. See, you've been watching, so you can tell me better. This feels like this is just starting. Where like Punk winning would be
I
amazing, but
I
like,
agree also. I
mm,
know some people will say like, "Oh, they've been throwing shots at each other and it's been great." They've been doing great promos, don't get me wrong, but nothing that I'm just like, "Oh my god, this is going to be like Punk's moment." I think the feud just getting started. I do think Punk's going to come out on top, but I don't think he wins here. And I
by
also
the way,
think
chat, if you're watching with us, chat, let us know what you think. If
mhm.
you have a feeling or you feel strongly, or maybe we're leaving something out as we're talking about it, like important information. Let us know what you think. Who's going to win these matches? Because I would love for Punk to win, but I'm having a hard time picking it because me not watching just feels like this isn't the time.
Yeah.
But
I do agree though. Rollins will cash in on Punk. I don't think Rollins is. I said this when it first happened. I don't think Rollins' injury is
not
actually
here.
not here though. Just when Punk wins it, I do think Rollins will cash in. If Punk wins it at
Oh,
SummerSlam, then I guess Rollins does cash in at SummerSlam. But I don't think Punk wins it without a Rollins cash in.
it would just be interesting to me to open the show with this and then do Seth there, but then not have him be in the main event tag. That's why it doesn't add up for me.
I
So I just
agree.
don't think Seth is doing anything here.
I agree.
I just think Seth comes out and wins. They haven't said shit about Seth's injury diagnosis. Yeah, it just like I said, it comes down to like the match order and like what they're doing. Like if it's flipped and the Roman tag opens and this closes, then I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe. So that this might be a day of the show change if I see the card order like leak earlier. You know what I mean? But for
Yeah.
now, put me down for Walter.
No, and like I said, I don't think this is when they I just yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's now. That's all.
If this is closing the show, then Punk is winning. If it opens, then I'm thinking Walter. Put me down for Walter, please. Thank you.
Sorry.
Disrespect.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Next up, this one I'm not too sure about just because like I don't understand the point of it. But we have the Judgment Day female tag team champions versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Ah,
Bills. Alexa Bills. At least he did the caps lock. Yes, thank you. I wouldn't have said anything if he didn't, but thank
yes.
you.
Um,
Um,
Flair and Bliss should win, but we also said this last month when they should have won. So I don't know.
I was just say we took the debate last month. It didn't work out, which makes me think it's going to happen here. So I'm going to stick with them. Put me down for Flair and Bliss again.
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
have no knowledge on like week to
no,
week stuff,
I
but I feel
agree.
like
They really haven't had too much interaction either. Like, I feel like most of the interaction has been Flair and Bliss on SmackDown talking a lot, and then Judgment Day and Raw
no.
doing their thing. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, uh, I don't think Liv Morgan's gonna be back yet. So like, maybe some distraction happens though. I don't know. Because they still have Dirty Dom to help them out. This is one of those matches I'm going to go back and forth on all weekend. We'll see what happens. Next up, we have the potential main event, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, the Bloodline reunited versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Bronze. No yeet.
Bronze? What'd you say? What?
No,
Sorry, what?
You
say the Bronze? Is that what he's being called now?
No. I just called him that. Like the two
oh my
Bronze.
God,
Braun
okay.
Breaker, Bronson.
Yeah, my brain was about to shut down. Okay, I had to make sure. I have a question about this because I saw it online. I think it's people being stupid online, but I need to get your thoughts and input. What is the percentage chance that Jey Uso turns heel on Roman tonight at the show? Not tonight, but on Saturday.
That would be ridiculous. I don't know who came up with that.
Is that even like potentially? I'm guessing not on a radar. It's just people saying.
So the only, and again, this is people being dumb, because this is the only reason I can think of it, is Paul Heyman and Jey Uso had the promo back and forth on Raw, where Jey just kept saying like, the Bloodline's family, like you're not going to get in between family, like you're not in it, blah 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 blah. That was it. At no other point did Jey look like he was going to turn on him. At no point did Jey like not want to help him. If anything, we were surprised Jey came out last week to help him because they weren't really interacting until then anyway. So if Jey comes out to all of a sudden be the leader of this faction, that would be terrible.
Well, that's been the theme of the year for Jey Uso. He's literally been the one that's like snowballed everything else.
That would be
what it is.
Awful. I don't know how else to say it. That would be so bad.
Well, put me down for Roman and Jey.
Agreed.
Winning this because I'd be stunned if they lost, but that's kind of the point, I guess.
Agreed. And listen, I think they should lose. I think you give Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker a big win over Reigns and Uso. It's a tag team match, not bad, but I don't think Reigns barely wrestles. When they have Reigns on, they want him to win so they can keep drawing money. So I think Reigns wins. And what?
Didn't he fight? Didn't he team up with someone last year and lose in a tag match with Solo or something? Or whatever.
That was him and The Rock. Oh no, didn't they win?
No. There was a tag match I thought where he teamed with Solo or someone else, and he like lost the tag match. I thought it was at SummerSlam.
Yeah. It was the tag team title match. Him and Solo versus KO and Sami Zayn.
Oh, that was like 4 years ago then, or 3 years ago. That was a while back then.
I don't think it was
like
last year.
Either way, maybe I'm thinking of a different pay-per-view. We can move on.
I could be wrong.
I don't think I think we're both just wrong. It's fine.
Stipulation match. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, like I said before. Sami wins. Karrion leaves alone. Karrion wins. Sami says, "You were right this whole time." Match of the night, bro.
I legit not. Roman came back last year at SummerSlam. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of like Night of Champions or something. He definitely teamed up with somebody like when he was champ or whatever.
Maybe when he teamed up with Cody.
No, he was either with Solo or Jey, and the other person got pinned or whatever.
Like I already told you, that was when he teamed with Solo versus the tag team champions.
Mm-hmm. Maybe whatever. Okay, back to this 5-star classic incoming. I legit have no clue. I don't know. I have no clue what to say or do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just putting Karrion for now because I want to get a win. Like for this whole feud to do all this, you're gonna keep them going because it's not like Sami's gonna beat this and then all of a sudden go to the title match or whatever. So I think you're gonna keep this feud going at least a little bit longer. I think you have Karrion finally win like a I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back and forth on this. If Kross wins, Sami has to say Kross was right. But if Sami wins, Kross has to leave him alone, or Kross has to say something back to him. Or doesn't Kross have to say he was wrong?
I think Kross has to say he was wrong. Let me double check really quick so I don't tell you the wrong.
That's what I thought I read. That it was like a whoever wins or loses, the other has to say they were right or wrong. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like I'll leave them alone. It was just they have to say something.
Oh, sorry, I was wrong.
Um,
Yeah, but I was wrong. Essentially, like, is admitting that, like, like, the whole reason for this was to change you, and I was wrong. So, like, you can keep doing your thing, and like, I'm not going to keep bothering you in a sense. Like, it's supposed to get Cross away from him, off his back.
yeah, I understand. Just okay. Yeah, put me down for Cross. I guess it's the more lucrative of a story if they're going to tell anything here.
I agree. I don't know. All right, night
We got
two.
we got was that two heels, four faces winning? Okay, that's not bad.
On first night, we got Jade is considered a heel, right? Or is Jade considered a face?
I thought they were both considered faces, honestly.
That's fair.
Walter and
So face,
Walter and Cross are
face,
my heels.
heel.
Marcus Flair and Bliss are heel or faces.
I don't know. Well, one's a heel, one's a face, but I think they're using Bliss to try to get Flair face, so I guess they're considered face. Reigns and Uso are face, and Cross is a heel. So yeah, four faces, two heels.
I really don't like how locked in we are with our picks. I don't like this.
It's WWE,
I
man.
don't know.
It's always like that.
I know. I just
WWE we're always in lockstep, and then AEW is when we start like disagreeing on stuff. That's why AEW is better. All right, moving on. We got the street fight, night 2. Big match. Main event. Street fight. WWE Undisputed Championship. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. Does Cody get the title back?
so. How many appearances does he have left after SummerSlam? Do we have a number?
How many appearances does Cena have left? Well, it's only a few
Does he
more
show the
months.
number every time?
No.
Or no?
No. He only did that a few times.
Because I'd like to know that how many he's probably he's probably got like 15 left at this point. He's probably not like that many. Because I think if I saw his schedule, I think he's on a lot of SmackDowns.
So as
After
of
this, leading into
June
Clash of Paris.
28th, he had 15 appearances left.
June 28th,
June 28th.
he had 15 left.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's shown up in the last month or so.
I'm trying
Has
to
he?
see if there's a more updated one.
Has he been on TV in the last month? Do you remember? In July
Yeah, well
at
he
all?
was on SmackDown last week when he went through the table.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
he was on SmackDown 2 weeks before that.
So he's down to like 12 or 13 appearances left.
Yeah, I think he's almost at single digits. I'm trying to see if there's any counter, but there's surprisingly no
'cause
counter. You would think there'd be a counter on
the big
WWE
thing
or something.
the big thing I know is if I recall seeing his schedule, I think he's on like every Friday in August, building up to Clash in Paris. So that makes me think he's definitely on that show. It's just a matter of is he chasing Cody for the rematch for number 3, or is he just retaining and defending against somebody else then? I'm inclined to say Cena retains.
Yeah, I think he
I think
retains
he's
also.
I think he's riding out the whole year as the champion. It's just a matter of if they're giving him redemption or not, or if they think he even needs a redemption arc, or if it's just going to be like, oh, I don't have the belt anymore. I'm a good guy now. Bye. So
Yeah, I
put
think-
me down for Cena. I'll keep thinking about it, but
I think he retains too. My only concern is what does Cody do after that? Because then Cody has to wait to whoever beats Cena. Cody, will definitely not be the one to unseat him then. So that's the only thing I'm not sure of when in that situation. Because then who does unseat Cena? That's the question. If not Cody, then who?
I think it's going to be nobody. I think he's going to retire with the belt, and they're going
As
to
the
get rid
last
of the WWE.
great world champion. All right.
I think they're going to do it, and
Speaking
I'll
of-
be right with my.
Potentially the next great women's world champion, Naomi is defending her world title against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a triple threat match because they don't trust Naomi to have a one-on-one match in a major pay-per-view. Who do you think comes out on top in this match?
So Naomi,
Proceed with caution.
I don't know. This whole thing has been weird because they're going away with it that obviously I didn't expect. But we all thought Naomi Jade would be the match here, or Naomi would cash in at SummerSlam, and they didn't do it, which is fine. But I keep visualizing they're gonna at least want that moment of Naomi and Jade both with belts staring at each other, and you can easily do that on Saturday or Sunday, like in
Hmm.
between, and then that's it. But because Naomi's still technically SmackDown, or I guess she's officially Raw now. I don't
I
think
think
they've
she's
even
Raw
mentioned
because
it on
she's won the
TV.
Raw Championship.
So that's it. She's just on Raw. But
It's the power of the briefcase, bro.
yeah,
Also, really quick, while you're
but
thinking,
Mike,
Jade Falco wrote, also, WWE has WWE done anything with R-Truth after bringing him back and cutting his hair, or was that it? They have him, for some reason, in a feud with Aleister Black, and Damian Priest is, like, also in this feud with Aleister Black, because Aleister Black attacked R-Truth and took him off TV. So they brought him back, cut his hair. He was going after Cena, but has now taken a detour down the Aleister Black road. So there you go. Back to the Women's World Title.
I'm honestly surprised. I'm surprised that match didn't make the card somewhere.
I don't understand why it wouldn't. Like, you're building that up.
Yeah.
R-Truth was red hot. Really dumb for them not to take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of that.
Yeah, that's a miss. All right, I'm just gonna stick with my gut, based on really not knowing everything week to week. I think Naomi has to retain.
If Naomi doesn't retain, I kind of feel bad for her. Then they really just like wasted that briefcase and that cash in and stuff. She has to at least get one good title defense. So I do think Naomi retains as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No DQ, no count out. Last chance for Lyra Valkyria to win the women's IC title. If she does not win, she cannot challenge for it as long as Becky Lynch is still the champion. Who wins this match?
Well, Bailey is the wild card, clearly,
Yes.
because I know they've been building and teasing her turning like heel or something. Where apparently she's like channeling her past gimmicks in matches and stuff, where she's like having like a personality split kind of thing. I don't know if it's like that heavy, but I've heard about it.
It's been very strange
online.
where she like so
she'll do like this.
yeah, and they were
like,
talking last week where like they even Lyra was like we just battled for the number one contender. She's like, yeah, you won, cool. So now we're gonna go to the tag team belts, and like now I'm gonna help you out there. But like it,
Mhm.
I think she is turning heel, and I do think she cost Lyra the match here. I do think Becky wins this.
So I'm gonna just keep sticking with my gut, for now, and I'm gonna go with Lyra.
There we go, one change.
I think you can at least do a turn or a character shift post match, if anything, because again it's no
That's fair,
DQ, but yeah. Plus, we already have some titles being retained. I think we need some more titles changing.
That's fair.
Because it's SummerSlam. This is the only two title changes really, like outside of like tag titles. Like they're only on these main shows. So
Yeah.
I'm very bullish on that. But
Well,
all right,
we got
next up.
two more. You know what I also just realized? Hold on, I'm gonna look at night one really quick. Night
Title
2
matches,
has
night
all
2.
title matches.
Yep.
There's
So
not
it's
one
a better
non-title match on night 2. Crazy.
Yeah, night 2 is going to be a better show for sure.
100%. Even this match I'm looking forward to, and Solo, I will admit, has gotten better on the mic, has gotten a better personality, has been more comfortable in his role. I still hate my family tree or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the NFTs.
Yeah, mainly because I don't like the rest of his stable. Solo's gotten better in my opinion. So this match should be a good one. Steel cage match, Sikoa versus Fatu. You gotta imagine the family's getting involved though, even in a steel cage, and I think Solo retains here.
Excuse me, not related at all. I promise. How long has Solo been champ now? He won it in Saudi, right?
Yeah, a few weeks. When was Saudi?
Well, when was Saudi? What, you don't like the Tonga trio?
No, the Tonga trio is terrible. And if you say anything different, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Keep
Jacob
subscribing,
wanted it
though.
Mania. Jacob wanted it Mania, so he had it for like.
Solo won the
2
U.S. Championship on June 28th, so it's been just over a month.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really had, I don't think he's had one title defense. I might be wrong on that. I could be wrong on that. Maybe one against
Who's
LA
been
Knight.
coming? I'll say, who's been coming to Jacob's aid, if anybody? Is it Knight? Is that it, or nobody?
Really?
Who's
No,
who's his
not
backup?
Jimmy.
Oh.
You got the bloodlines, man. The bloodline's always about the bloodline.
So
Didn't you
Jimmy's
hear
Jacob's only
Roman?
backup.
All right, God
Oh,
put this stable together. This wasn't Paul
I didn't hear
Heyman.
anything.
This isn't a wrestling stable, bro. All right, this is family. This is
Okay.
God
All right.
picked.
Enough. Enough. All right. Put down Solo Sikoa and move on, please. I hear this more.
That was his promo. I was dying. He was like, "This isn't your wrestling
I
stable,
believe you.
Paul Heyman." I was like, "Shut up, shut up." All right, a match I'm really looking forward to. I'm not gonna lie, I love these two: Dominic Mysterio, AJ Styles. The only traditional one-on-one, no stipulation match on night 2 for the Intercontinental Championship. What are we thinking?
Not gonna lie, I'm thinking AJ.
I hope so. I hope
I'm
so. And I agree with you.
I'm not even saying it as a Dom hater. I'm
Nope.
saying it as like, if you're having Raquel and Roxanne lose on night 1, um, you need like a downfall of this. And Styles just re-signed an extension, so he's in like the happy graces now. I would hope or think. Um, because I don't think Styles has ever won IC, so that'd be good for him and his like,
But
he had the US and all that. But
also for the Judgment
also
Day
I just
stuff, I think you need this for the Judgment Day stuff because this kind of gives Finn another little leg up and something to do, something to say to Dom and kind of poke with Dom a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be the only one like with the belt left. So, yeah, I feel that'd be nice. That'd be cool.
I will say, I don't. I know I said before maybe Liv gets involved if there is any chance of Liv, like I don't think she'll come back, ready to go yet. But if she gets involved in some way at SummerSlam or causes some distraction or does something, it would be here. So just keep an eye out for Liv if there is any greater than a 0% chance of her showing up. Just saying. And
yeah, I'd say no. I'd say no personally.
Yeah, I do think she's out for a while, but rumors are rumors, and if she's not out for a while, she might be back. Who knows?
You hear Hogan? You hear Hogan died?
Oh, thank God. All right. Anyway, TLC match for the WWE Tag Team titles. This was ridiculous that they are running a TLC match back already. They just did it at WrestleMania. This is now a 6-man TLC match, though, which is pretty wild. The only team that I'm upset is in there is Andrade and Phoenix. It's just so disgusting that they brought in Rey Phoenix to whatever. Anyway, so we got 6 teams. Who do we think comes out on top here?
I mean,
Sorry, better question. Do you think the Wyatt 6 retains? What'd you say?
my gut's on them retaining. My gut is on them retaining. Because I know they just announced they're doing like the horror house in Florida, the Universal site that they want to have like the belt on them, publicity on them to sell that. And I don't think Andrade and Phoenix get it. Yeah, from there I don't think it's Fraxium, and then the other 3, they've all relatively had them in the last like year, right? I think all 3 have held the belt at some point.
Yes.
So I wouldn't mind if any of the bottom 4 teams won. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with Wyatt 6 retaining.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
It's a coin flip, a 6-sided coin flip.
That's the problem, is that if you want to be logical about it, it should be the Wyatt 6. They just won the belt. Again, I go back to the whole thing with Fletcher and Dusty Rhodes tonight, where you have a stable, you have a match where your stable can get involved, and they've shown that they have no problem getting involved in costing people matches and stuff like that. Nikki Cross is going to do something crazy during this TLC stuff. So I just think they have everything in place for the Wyatt 6 to come out on top here. It just makes sense to me. So I think the Wyatt 6 wins here.
They just won them like what, 2 weeks ago?
That's what I'm
3 weeks
saying.
ago?
They just won the belts. Like,
I mean,
if
and
not
hey,
2.
I know we're used to long reigns. I don't mind a short hot potato, here and there. So I wouldn't hate it if they lost. But
I
yeah,
would
for now,
I'd
put me
rather
down with
I'd rather
I'll
Solo
appreciate it.
lose before the Wyatt Six loses, to be honest, because I think that match would
Oh,
make more
for
sense.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for
Um,
sure.
Jay DeFalco says over under 10 bell salute for Hogan at SummerSlam both nights. Do they do it both nights?
Honestly, dude, I think they do.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't do a
100%.
10 bell salute, if they don't do 10 bell salute, at the very least, they're gonna definitely show like another like 34-minute video package in between
Bro,
matches.
those video
They're gonna do
packages
something.
were so long. There was a 10-minute video. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, have fun watching it on Saturday and again on
I
Sunday.
will not. I will walk away. I will go get food ready. I will go to the bathroom. I'll take a poop. None of that. Parlay, will the new day be Parlay, will the day be on stage for either of them? Of course they will, because they got to show face with the company like everyone else did, even though it's half of them didn't want to be there. It looked like, at least from their faces. Shout out to Punk for being a little punk bitch on Puppet Man for the company again. Talks a lot of shit until it's time to step it up.
No comment. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's the end of the stream. I'm not going off. I'm not biting.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us this long. We were hoping to end before 9, and it looks like we accomplished that goal. Next week, I'll let you know now, will be our last week for a while. We'll announce next week what's going on, but we're going to take a few weeks off for personal stuff. So next week will be our last full week till probably like the end of August. So please make sure you tune in. We're going to have some fun games on Tuesday. Next Thursday, we'll go over SummerSlam, the SummerSlam card, and see what we got right and wrong. So and obviously whatever AEW comes up with in that week. So a lot to talk about. Please join us. Anything you want to say to the guests before we leave, Juice?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to tiptoe around it. You can tell them what we're doing. I mean, you're getting breast reduction surgery, so like it's more than fine in this day and age. And I think everybody will love and respect you for it, regardless. So congratulations.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. We hope you enjoy SummerSlam, especially Night 2. We hope Night 1 surprises us, and we will see you guys on Tuesday. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
You son of a bitch.